So, good morning. Today we're going to talk about probably one of my favorite topics, composting. Remember, always be composting. This shirt I got off of Eric Seider's website. I'll try to put a link down in the description. But this morning we're going to be talking a little bit about EM1 or effective microbes 1. And what this is a combination of microbes that was developed by a Japanese scientist down in Okinawa quite a while back. But what it is it's an inoculant for your soil. It helps put some biology back into the soil. So what I'm doing here is I'm just mixing the EM1, and you can get this online. I got this at Teragenix. You can actually make it yourself, but Teragenix seems to have the best product out there, so I'll try to put a link in for that. But all I'm doing is I'm putting it in my sprayer, and I like to do it on wet days just because it's easy for the microbes to dry out if they don't have moisture. So there's a little bit of drizzle this morning. So let me just get this set up. A little bit of drizzle this morning, and so for me it's kind of the perfect day to do it. I'll close up the valve here. So I'll pump it up, and then I'm just going to kind of walk through. Good. I'm just going to pump it up here, make sure we have a good amount of pressure, and then I'm basically just going to walk through the yard, kind of spraying down everything that I'm growing. I haven't used this product before. I've done kind of my own compost teas and sprays, just basically taking some of the compost that I have laying around, and then just spraying it on things. I essentially put it in a bag, and then put it in the water and then give it a shot. But we'll see how this works. So I basically go around the property and spray a couple different areas. So yesterday I was out here shredding up some leaves. So I take basically these raw live oak leaves, I shred them down. So I have these in these bags kind of ready to go. And I'm planning to set up a Johnson Sioux bioreactor over there. First time doing that, but it's a fancy name for a big cylinder filled with leaves and some other stuff that you keep wet. Anyway, I'm gonna just kind of spray this stuff around here at the base of my compost pile. And there's millions and millions of microbes in here, so I don't need to kind of get it everywhere. I'm just gonna spray it around a little bit. Oh, another tip, if you get a local coffee connection, which I have, I just get buckets and buckets of coffee every week. So this is what I use for my nitrogen source. And when I make compost, it's pretty much just coffee, leaves, and water. That's it. But let's take a walk over and just spray some stuff around and get all those microbes into the ground. This is going to be my sweet potato area. Again, I'm just kind of spraying it all over the place. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of microbes in here. So just enough to kind of get into the soil and get going. This product says to do it about every week or so, and you're just mixing kind of like a tablespoon or so with some water, and that seems to do the trick. So here I have green onions. My wife uses green onions quite a bit in her cooking. You can see they're starting to come up a little bit right here. So I'm just spraying down, getting that biology in. And if you're new to gardening, or even if you've been doing this for a while, you may or may not know, but what's going on underneath the soil is there's an exchange between the plants and the microbes in the soil. And what the microbes are doing is they're making minerals that are already present in your soil available to the plants in a soluble format. And in reward for that, or in exchange for that, what the plants are doing is they're creating sugars that the microbes can feed off of. So it's kind of like a symbiotic relationship. And basically everything I'm telling you, I've learned or gathered over the last year or so. But it's really, really interesting, and you can witness that either through getting a microscope and pulling it out, or even just looking at the roots of your plants. If you pull up the roots of your plants and there's like sticky glue at the bottom of them, that's all that microbiological life kind of doing that exchange, that sugar exchange down at the root level. So it seems to work pretty good. Here I'm focusing pretty much on my growing beds, but I'll also throw it into where my wood chips areas are, because this is just amazing. Like, if you're not putting wood chips down somewhere, look at that dirt down there. That's just nothing but wood chips, and I had cardboard underneath it. The cardboard is gone. The wood chips are there. And then I'm just gonna put some more wood chips down. Maybe later today. When the weather's cool, I'll put it down and go from there. Got a little bit of garlic. You can actually even fertigate with this stuff, which is kind of spraying directly on the plants. In this case, my apple trees I'm spraying directly on. Then I'm coming over here to my asparagus bed. Got a lot of asparagus going on right now, which is great. So I'm just kind of spraying down. Some of my asparagus is new. Like these ones here I put in last year. And this one here, like this big thick one, I put in 2 years ago. So I've been waiting patiently because it takes a little while. You want to basically let asparagus grow up a little bit first before you harvest it. So last year I just let it grow out. I didn't harvest any, and this year is going to be the year that we're eating asparagus every once in a while. So again, it's my favorite vegetable, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm just going to come over here, hit the tomato beds real quick. Again, I don't need a whole lot. I actually put some down in the grass the other day, and I mean, I don't know if it's the rain or if it's this stuff, but my grass has never looked like this before. This green and this lush. I know it won't last here in the San Antonio summer, but for right now it looks pretty good. Reminds me of being back in New York a little bit. I'm gonna get some into my squash area here, if I can't cover up the camera. Get some into the squash area here. Same thing on this side. Get some into the squash area. Then I'm just gonna go finish up my other areas here in my garden. And that's about it. So again, I'm just using a pump sprayer, some EM1, and just spraying all over the yard and the garden. So if you haven't used this product, you wanna give it a shot, go ahead, check it out. Let me know what you think.